Hello there. We are underway in celebrating our first year anniversary. And if you don't already know about it, I'm hosting a raffle and giving away more than $2,000 worth in cash and prizes. So if you or a friend have access to an Apple product, you can enter to win. For the complete details, go to sayyesToYourSoulPodcast.com. All right, here we go with another soulful episode.
This is an episode on energy, the energy of what we choose, the energy of our intention. And hopefully I'm going to be able to give you some examples that will really make you think about a few things. All right, enjoy.
Hi there. My name is Tessa Lynne Alburn. Welcome to Say Yes to Your Soul. This is where we're going to talk about how you can get past your spiritual plateaus, raise your feminine energy, and express your true self with sparkle.
Hello there. I am very happy to be back with you. And when I was thinking about this episode and what I was feeling like could make a difference today in your life, what came to mind was something that I hear from clients when they first start working with me. Will say, I think I just want peace, there's like a level of peace that I'm looking for. And this is part of the bigger conversation, so it's not the whole thing. And over the years, working with clients, what I came to understand and see with them is that what they really meant was something else. And so today I'm going to talk about the intention that you set for yourself. And this is connected to desire. And I know that you're not fully allowing yourself to have the desire that's actually in you, in your heart, in your soul. It's kind of being dampened down. And I want you to know that as long as it's dampened down, you're going to continue to have that similar experience. So I'm going to get a little more granular with this in a moment. And the way that I'm going to present this to you, that I want to talk about this, is energy blocks. So if you're not having like that full experience of life and it's like outrageous joy, freedom, happiness, of course you're having moments of it, but the zest, the vivacity, the passion is elusive or just fleeting. It comes in and it's gone. One of the reasons is you may be setting yourself up with an energy block, and it's the energy block of under-desiring. And under-desiring leads to underachieving. So under-desiring takes a certain kind of a toll on the outcomes that you can expect to get. And today, this particular energy block, it's going to sound like it's a good thing to want. But the problem with it is that it's surrounded by unconscious desires of what you don't want. And therefore, it causes you to create more of what you don't want than what you do want. And it's not a riddle. I'm not going to make you guess. The energy block that I'm talking about right now is the under-desiring of happiness. And the way that I see it show up in women, have expressed this at some time when I ask them about their intention, maybe for a session, or what's your intention in a particular situation that's been maybe frustrating them or causing some discord in their lives. And they'll say, what I want is a little peace. I just want peace. If I can have my peace again, I'll be okay. The problem with setting peace as your intention is that it is not a forward energy. So let me explain this a little bit more so you understand what I'm talking about. Because, a lot of us are thinking, oh, I'm meditating so I can have peace, or I am learning so I can have peace. But really, peace is usually found in moments of time. Most of us will not stay there. And I would even propose that, let's say, the monks up on the mountaintops, perhaps they're in Tibet or wherever they are, they are accessing peace, and they are peaceful beings for the most part. But they're not just at peace. They're in peace and wonder. They're in peace and connection. They're something is moving them forward. They're in peace and learning. And so just to have peace is not something that is natural to us. If we were to maybe feel a little stuck in our body and we decided to go to a cranial sacral therapist or a cranial osteopath, we would have somebody who's probably putting their hands behind our skull, helping the bones to move and to free up a little bit so that the cranial sacral fluid that goes from the sacrum up into the brain and flows back and forth all around the spine. They're trying to release whatever is inhibiting that fluid from moving. And in that process, it's possible that we could enter something like that could be called a cranial tide, a long tide or a short tide. And it's like a rhythm. Now, I'm not an expert in this, but I've had a lot of experiences with it on the receiving end, and I have taken some courses. So forgive me if I'm missing some key components here, but I just want to use this as an example because it was so profound when I was able to personally access what is known as the long tide, or at least known by some people in that field, like Georgia Milne and Charles Ridley. There's a profound sense of peace there. So this is after all kinds of just being with the practitioner and things are moving and finally the fluid is flowing and then there's this deepening, the softening into deep peace. And it is very sweet. It's very beautiful and very healing. And it's not possible to function from that space in our waking beta normal lives. But we have these moments of accessing it. And we may have some peace while we're sleeping. There are moments we have peace. But if we are saying we're striving for peace, we need to really choose why that is. What's the point of it? Because what is probably happening is you're really wanting to not feel something. So you're choosing peace. I had a good friend who, she's passed on. She used to say, if they could just this, that, or the other, I could have my serenity back. But the thing is, it's not her serenity if somebody else is making you think that you don't have it. Serenity is a state of being that you produce. Now, what my friend really wanted was she really wanted control. And she wanted to play. And she wanted to adventure. And she wanted to express. She didn't want peace. It was so boring. And I see the same thing happening with clients who initially come to me and they're like, I need peace. It is not the chaos that is your problem. That's actually a level of denial or coping. First, it could be the denial of the actual emotions that you're having that you don't want to deal with, that seem too overwhelming or too hard or too conflicted. Or you're jumping to the rationalization that if you have peace, it'll all be okay. But it won't. It'll be okay for a few moments. And then you're right back where you started. You want to go deeper than that. You want to look at, what do I actually want, and what am I going to need to do to have that? What might I need to adjust? Sometimes just making the adjustment to what you actually want is going to be tremendous. Could be a game changer for you. So what I would love for you to do is to actually explore when you're saying to yourself, or you're expressing it out loud, maybe to a friend or someone, that I just want peace. What is it you really mean? Is it that you don't want to feel frustrated? Let's identify that first. You don't want to feel something, and you think peace is the solution. You don't want to feel scared. You don't want to feel irritated. And so you're choosing the thing that seems like the nicest thing to do. But what you're really doing is aiming for something to go away. And you probably already know when you focus on something, you actually get more of it. And what you're really focusing on there is the thing you want to go away, whether it's a subconscious or an unconscious focus. The psyche is trying to solve it for you, with or without your awareness. If you're intending to have non-stress around something, like there's a situation or you want it to just go away, then your focus is going to be on the thing that's been bugging you. Secondly, you're also in low energy as you strive for it. So you're in low, and you're like, just go away. Oh, just go away. I need peace. I need peace. Right? This is not a high anabolic forward moving energy. It's a coping energy. And you can become more of whatever it was that you were feeling, more frustrated as peace slips away from your sight. And instead, you end up gathering more of what you don't want energy until you begin to shut down. And shut down is not the same as peace. It's a low energy. It doesn't feel good. It leaves you tired. It leaves you disconnected. And even if you are actually somehow able to create a moment of inner peace, it will just be a moment. It'll just be a blip in the experience of your life. So I really want to encourage you to aim for something more active, an active energy, such as happiness or gratitude. Now, before you do that, you will want to acknowledge the feelings that you're having. And yet, don't linger there. Acknowledge without judgment and aim for something more active, such as happy or grateful. And on your way to happy or on your way to grateful, it may be part of the transition. So you want to think about energy as movement, and you get to decide what that movement is going to be. It's going to be forward, leaning in, active energy, or it's going to be sinking in energy, like a concave feeling, a heaviness. It's not light. Moving forward is light. It has energy. It's like being a well-tuned car that has a battery and an alternator, and they work together to create energy. While you are not a car, when you activate a forward energy, it gives you more energy. It's really wonderful. You cannot do it by telling yourself positive words just in your head. This is all about generating the right kinds of feelings that are going to move you forward. So even if this is esoteric for you, I just want you to focus on what it is you really want. Now, when somebody comes to me and we're doing goal setting, I can guarantee you there has never been anyone who actually put peace in their goals chart. Never. Now, do we want world peace? Yes. We have an idea that we want world peace. What we really want, though, is for people to get along and people to care about one another. We want people to embrace, those of us who want world peace probably want people to embrace one another, to care about them and to feel cared and to let people know they belong here and to feel as though you belong as well. So we are community. We are together. So focus on what you really want, and then you'll have energy. There's going to be movement. And you could experience it as like curiosity. It could be mild movement. That's fine. It could be big energy, like awe. It could be a version of excitement. Yeah, I'm excited. Or like, I'm excited. Right? It could be opportunity. Oh, that's interesting. It could translate into the desire for adventure or other things that actually light you up. So I want you to stop asking for peace and stop confusing your mind with that goal. And instead really focus in and get honest with yourself. Ask what it is that you really want to feel, regardless of whether or not you believe you can have it. Then acknowledge that you want it. What would that be for you? Just take a moment right now and think about that. What do you actually want? What is the experience you want to be having? Like love. Oh, feeling cherished. Yeah. Engaged. Proud. These things are forward moving, and you probably are already noticed. You may even, as you think about what you want to experience, you could even be leaning forward a little bit, just microscopically. Doesn't have to be a lot. Like your body will actually physically respond. Now I'm going to give you a different metaphor here for wanting peace. I think of it like wanting peace is like wanting to be in the calm of a hurricane. That's kind of cool, right? You can be in the calm of the hurricane, but guess what? That hurricane is going to move. It is not going to stay there. It's a dynamic thing. Calm is only momentary until the hurricane moves forward or sideways or back or whatever direction, north, south, east, west, catching you in her winds and rains, branches flying, waters rising. If you want to hold on to a nature element, I'm going to suggest wanting sunshine or moonlight even. Right? Moonlight, allowing yourself to have the desire of luminescence or beauty or softness or subtle light. Or in case of the sun, warmth or glow. When you're focused on that, when you're focused on the warmth or the glow, you barely notice the clouds going by and you feel uplifted. Now, you may not get energized by thinking about the moon. Maybe you just need to think about the sun or something else. Or you could be like me and get excited about the stars. I love the sun, don't get me wrong. I'm in it as much as possible. But there's something beautiful and spacious that I also tune into when I'm focusing on a star or on moonlight. There are nights when the moonlight is absolutely magical, casting luminous light all over the ground. And I savor those moments. wanting that connection propels me forward. So I need you to believe that you can have light and you can have happy. And you can sustain those states for much longer periods of time. One of my clients came to me wanting peace. And what she discovered was what she really wanted was an authentic life and the freedom to follow her heart. Instead of, pleasing others. And she now lives in Europe and she's thriving. She opened up to a whole new world, things that were not in her consciousness at all. And even if somebody had said, oh, you could go do this, she'd be, no way. A different client came to me wanting to feel peace. And as she did her work and we went deeper, helped her to go deeper into what she really wanted. And she was thinking she didn't want to feel anger because she was angry. But in order to not feel the anger, she had to feel it first and then focus on what she really wanted. She had to feel the anger. She had to know that she needed to create safety for herself and trust herself in the situation. And she wanted real connection in the situation with the other person. So when you think you want peace or some other, I want to say almost concave feeling, what is it you're really wanting to move away from? What do you want to move away from in your life? Do you want to move away from drama, stress, chaos, feeling out of control, overwhelmed, feeling like there are too many demands? Just be honest with yourself. And then if you were able to be without that thing, without the stress, drama, overwhelm, etc., what would you want to have instead? What would you want to look forward to? Set the bar higher for yourself. You can want it and you can have it. And if you don't know how, you can't believe it just yet, you might want to get some guidance with it. I also want you to know, just because you're not having it right now doesn't mean that it is the writing on the wall. It is not forever. But unless you want to keep cycling back into the place you are now, you want to create that forward motion, that forward movement, that energy. And you do have enough power to generate that. So I'm going to leave you with this. I am a fan of many metta prayers, which is basically a prayer for others to release suffering. All right, and this is an empathetic intention. And I'm going to invite you to notice the difference when you are praying for peace versus praying for happiness. And so I'm going to say a few words to you, and I'm just going to invite you to notice the difference. It could be very subtle. And I'm going to be doing my best to use the same inflection. So it's not about how I'm using my voice. It's literally the words and the meaning that you're making of it that you're going to notice your energy shift. Here we go. May you be safe, peaceful, and free of suffering. May you be happy and healthy. May you be strong and confident. May you be safe, peaceful, and free of suffering. May you be happy and healthy. May you be strong and confident. All right. Maybe you noticed something. If you didn't, that's okay. You can keep checking it out. Notice how you feel with your thoughts and your words. And I'd like to share a few words with you, some loving kindness for the remainder of your day. You are the oneness. May you come to know, experience the loving, limitless being that you are. May you remember that you are love, a healing life force, a source, a birthing place for peace, compassion, kindness, awakening, whatever is needed now. May you be happy, healthy, and whole. May you have love, warmth, and affection. May you be alive, engaged, and joyful. Blessings and light to you. I look forward to being with you again. Bye-bye for now.
All right. Thank you for joining us for this week's delicious episode. Before you jump off, I wanted to remind you to get entered in the raffle this month because I'm giving away more than $2,000 worth of prizes in both private sessions and actual cash. What are those prizes, you ask? Well, one of them is a private 75-minute soul light healing session with me. And that can be healing on various levels. It might be releasing trauma or tuning up your body or your emotions or clearing things like past lives and karma that's been, energetic debris holding you back. This session can be very helpful and sometimes have dramatic results in relationships, money, and in your health. And we're going to do that together on Zoom, so it doesn't matter where you live. The second prize is a 60-minute coaching session with me, and that's also going to be on Zoom. So if you want support or clarity for your goals, like help with getting started with a project or just creating an action plan, that is going to be an amazing session. You'll be surprised at how much you come away with. The third prize is a personalized meditation that I will design especially for you. And of course, it's going to be yours to keep. So it's going to be fully personalized in terms of the content, and I will be speaking just to you so that you will be able to resonate with it and receive the maximum benefits that you want to create. Okay, now for the fun stuff, the cash. I have several cash prizes in various amounts. I've got several $50 prizes, $75 prizes, and $100 prizes. So you can see there are many opportunities to win here, and I just want to encourage you to be sure to play because you do need to play to win. All monetary prizes will be delivered through PayPal or Wise. And if you have a different currency, it'll be automatically converted for you. So as long as you have access to an Apple device, you can play. And all the instructions are available on our website at sayyes2yoursoulpodcast.com. That's sayyes2yoursoulpodcast.com. And if you need any support in completing your raffle entry, my team is ready to help you with that. You'll find their email on our webpage as well. So that's it. All the best to you, and may you say yes to your soul.